Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Adrienne. I am back at the lake, and this morning I just felt like I wanted to come to you building a real company, building a real business, and I figured I'd start going into some detail about what I meant. Forgive the overcast. It's not a very good day. See, there's some clouds out there, but I'm going to do the best that I can, and I hope you guys can see me. I'm moving away from the lake, as you can see, because Alfred, Mr. Alligator, is back, and he's still pissed off that those people were messing with him yesterday. Ooh. Okay, see, you just saw that live. That was a bird. So I'm paranoid. Woo! My heart just jumped out my chest. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about hiring strategies because I know that a lot of people, welcome everyone who just joined my broadcast. I know that there are a lot of people who feel that as a small business, you're not as competitive and you can't do the same things that other companies do, that bigger companies do to hire. And that's just not true. I want you to take a pledge right now for me. And this is something that I want all of you to do. And even if you're watching the replay, I want you to raise your right hand. And I want you to say, I, as a company owner, as a mogul chick, will never rely on hiring off of Craigslist and using email as my method to store candidates. Nothing irritates me more than people taking the cheap way out or the shortcut or going for the low-hanging fruit. And it really does bother me because it doesn't have to be like that. A lot of people think as small business owners that we don't have the same luxuries, that we don't have the same luxuries as big business. So now I go from alligators to the bugs, to the mosquitoes. Good Lord. And we do. We can. We just have to be smart about it. The first thing I want you to do, I'm going to give you several tips that you can start to build a good recruitment and hiring process for your company. Tip number one, and keep me on track because, I'll forget where I'm at, where I'm at in the tips. But tip number one is first decide on why you need to hire. What is it about your revenue? What is it about your clients? What is it about your growth in general that has positioned you to now want to hire for your company? I'll give an example of a bad example of hiring when not necessary. The company Zirtual, I know I keep talking about them, but it was such a sad case of how that happened. Zirtual, the sun is coming back out. Zirtual imploded in a matter of days. They decided, because they wanted to grow and scale quickly, that they took on 400 full-time employees before it was even necessary. These bugs are killing me. And it cost them in the end. It was their undoing, if you wish. Okay, see, I don't think this is a good spot either because the bugs are really bothering me here. But, the hiring process, walk this way. The hiring process was bad because they hired 400 people as full-time employees, which meant they had benefits and all of that stuff. And they really did not give a good business case for having to hire people. So what I want you to do is focus on why my company needs to hire. The second thing I need you to do is figure out what ratio to what amount of sales, what amount of new customers, what amount of new growth do I need to add people to my team. So that's number one. Number two, I want you to get very clear about job descriptions. It is absolutely important that you understand what each position does, why they're needed, and how it contributes to your bottom line. So while for some people having an assistant might be great, it might not be necessary. While having a marketing person may be great, it might not be necessary. So think about why each position fits in and what causes you to want to hire for that position. Tip number three, automate. Always, always automate. What I want you to do. Now, hi everyone. I can't respond. I can't see who's coming in because the sun is directly on me and I can't see you on the phone, but I'm going to do my best. So hi everybody. Thank you for joining. Tip number three was automate. There's no reason why you should not be keeping track of your hiring process, your candidate flow, all of the interviews, everything. There's no reason why you should not be keeping track of that. There are inexpensive, oh, these bugs are killing me this morning. There are inexpensive applicant tracking systems that are out on the market. Now, myself, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into all of them. Let's just say I've used many of them. I've implemented many of them for my business, my clients. But me personally, I use a system called Taleo Business Edition. And that is now owned by Oracle. Oracle they bought everything. But yeah, it's a great system that you could use. The purpose of an applicant tracking system is to keep order, because I know, you get a lot of email, and I know a lot of people get kind of, excuse the notifications. A lot of people get overwhelmed and inundated with emails, and they don't want to keep track that way. So an applicant tracking system will not only let you be able to store resumes, it'll also allow you to be able to have an automated process where people can apply even when there are no positions available. So think about having an applicant tracking system in place. Tip number 4, is that what we're on? Always schedule time to work on a workforce plan. You can do that. It takes you an hour, maybe 3 hours maximum, to sit down and really map out how you want your hiring strategy to be, how you want your workforce to look. Give yourself milestones, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and map that out. It's kind of like a business plan, but for your staffing. Tip number 5, don't rush to jump where all the big boys are. You don't have to post on monster.com. You don't have to post on Career Builder. If you can, that's great, but it's not necessary. It's not an expense you need to take on early in the business. It's for branding purposes mostly, and for, dare I say, entry-level administrative types. If you need specialty, kind of positions filled, those are not the places to go. You have to find specialized job boards for that. Tip number 6, get good with your employment brand. Why do people want to work for you? Why do they want you to hire them? What is it that makes your company stand out from the crowd? What is it that's going to make your company be the one that people run to put in an application? Employment branding, a lot of people don't look at it as a necessity, but it very much is. The same way you market and brand your company overall, people talk about their experience in applying there. So you have to have an employment brand, because people talk. If you make it hard for me to apply at your job, for your position, for your company, I may not want to finish the application, and I may not even want to work with you. So make sure that your employment brand is strong. The employment brand has less to do with like logos and website and social media, and more to do with the candidate experience. If I had a difficult experience in my time interviewing with you or trying to, apply with you, yeah, chances are I'm not going to come back. And you lose out good talent by not having a strong employment brand. And then I guess the final tip, let's see, what can I share with you? The final tip is put together an interviewing strategy. By that I mean, sometimes a small business, maybe it's only 1 or 2 people, and I get that, and you're the only one to interview the candidates. And that's fine. But here's the thing. Find an advisory board member, find another team member, find someone who is a professional associate of yours, maybe a colleague or something, to do a second round of interviews. Because sometimes as small business owners, we make gut reactions, so we hire people without really thinking about it and really digging into it. I'm going to give you a bonus tip too in a minute. But have that second person, a second set of eyes that can do the interview for you, a second interview for you, and then come back and give feedback. And speaking of feedback, always make sure you close the loop with candidates, give feedback, because you never know when a really, really good candidate, maybe you can't hire them now, but maybe down the line you might want to hire them. And if their experience wasn't good and you left them like kind of in that black hole, if you've had a job, you know what it's like. Oh my God, this lighting is terrible. If you've looked for a job at any time in your life and you didn't hear back, you know how that feels. So always close the gap. Always give feedback, even if you're not hiring them right now. And my final tip, what I was going to say, I just went blank on that. But those are my tips. Make sure that I know what it is. Don't default to hire a recruitment firm like a placement agency, like a temporary staffing agency or a direct hire agency if you don't have the budget for it. And speaking of budget, make sure that you budget it for recruitment because it is a legitimate field. It is a legitimate source in your business, and it is a legitimate investment, not expense, investment, because people are your biggest investment in your company. So I hope that these tips have been helpful. Of course, I can't go into full detail about every nook and cranny of recruitment and the process and things like that, but I do something called recruitment process outsourcing, and I do work with clients to set up their recruiting strategies and also to recruit for them as part of the growth strategies that we work with. But think about that. Think about what you want your business to look like in the next year, in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years, and plan accordingly. I mean, the last thing you want to do is get caught out there with unexpected clients. Mr. Alligator's back with unexpected clients and be overwhelmed with a lot of work that you can't manage because you don't have the workforce. Workforce planning is absolutely necessary, and it fits right up there with marketing and with your business planning. So definitely don't let that slide. So if you have any questions, email me at info@empowerme.org, or you can tweet me at talentdiva using hashtag mogulchickschat, and I'll answer your questions for you. I'll put some recommendations up for some applicant tracking systems as well. Yeah, that's about it, really. I'm sure I'll be back later. Hopefully, the lighting will be better. But this is horrible. I'm so sorry, guys. But I was trying to sit next to the lake, but our friend is back, and I'm not messing with him today. Those people that angered him yesterday, if you remember, yesterday afternoon, there were some fools hitting at the alligator with a stick. And yeah, he's looking and kind of lurking right now. And yeah, I'm not trying to be his dinner. So with that said, I'm Adrienne, Empowerme Corporation CEO. Do not go to the empowerme.org site today because I am tinkering with it and rehabilitating it and changing it up. But you can always bookmark it for later. So until later, and hopefully with some better lighting, I hope. But those are my tips to help you build, a strong hiring practice for your small business. Again, I'll be happy. I'm probably going to do a class on that sometime. I just don't know when. But I'll let you guys know because, if you mogul chicks, you have to be thinking ahead all the time, always thinking about your business. But info@empowerme.org or tweet me at talentdiva, hashtag mogulchickchat, and I will see you guys.